most marketing agencies give the most generic advice for construction businesses. Run Facebook ads, get a nice website, do some SEO, blah, blah, blah. And it kind of bothers me that no one actually teaches you how to get really high construction leads for your business that turn into bigger jobs fast. As someone that's built marketing systems that's generated over $24 million in revenue just last year, I've noticed some aspects of lead generation that, if mastered, it can help you scale your business quickly without wasting money on ads and cheap leads. And I wanted to talk about these things today because it'll help you dominate your local market while your competitors fight for the scraps. And if you get this right, your cost per lead will drop significantly, you'll start landing bigger and higher paying jobs instead of dealing with tire kickers, and you'll be able to scale to 6 and 7 figures a month faster than you thought possible. These are the levers that you can pull so that you can get more leads and scale your contracting business. So let's get into it. The first thing I wanted to talk about is Google Maps. Now, Google Maps is a great tool because it instantly shows your reputation. And if someone new is looking for a plumber, builder, Sparky, whatever it is, and they see you have a ton of really good 5-star reviews, and they're actually real, they're most likely going to pick you over someone else. Now, that's if they find you on your website. That's if they find you from a referral. That's if they find you anywhere. If they see your Google reviews and they're really high and they're genuine, your chances of getting a lead are much higher, and your conviction for turning that lead into an actual closed job are much higher. Now, when I've dealt with clients in the past and the clients I have now, the ones that have the highest close rate and the highest conviction rate are the ones that have the highest reputation. They've got reviews from at least 1 to 200. So if you've got at least 100 reviews, your conviction rate is going to be really high. The clients that have reviews less than 100, their conviction rate is a little lower, but still better than the ones who have none. The ones who have none have the lowest close rate out of the lots. The next thing is social media. Now, nowadays, people are looking you up. They've got very little trust in contractors because they have to pay you a lot of money. And sometimes, maybe not you, but someone down the road screws up and sort of ruins your name, your reputation as a plumber, Sparky, builder, whatever it is. So you really need to show people that you can be trusted. The whole point of this exercise is to get the highest quality leads, you need to be the most trustworthy. And to be the most trustworthy, you need to have a really good social presence. And what I mean by that is you should have a Facebook and Instagram, and you don't need to record crazy, silly videos to entertain people. You just need to show some great photos of what the job was before and what the job is now, what you have done to fix the person's problem. And the more you do this, the more people are actually going to respect you because they see that actually you're doing a really good job and the community thinks so too. The whole point of this is community and trust. So if you've got really happy homeowners in your Instagram and your social media, it's going to look really positive. And that means someone who finds that is more likely to actually choose you and actually inquire with you. And the whole point of this is we want to get as many inquiries as possible. And we're going to do this by actually showing people that we know how to do our jobs and we are the right fit. The next thing I wanted to talk about is your website. Now, the more effort you put into your website and the better it looks, the more trustworthy it looks, you will get more inquiries. Because if you have a website that you built in a couple of hours and that doesn't even have any photos that are actually yours, and they're just a bunch of stock photos, and there's hardly any information, or all the information is ChatGPT, or it's all generic and there's no real personality to it, your chances of actually getting leads are considerably lower than someone that's put a lot of effort into their website. So what you want to do is you want to have a look at your competition, see what their website looks like, and you want to make a better website than what they have. Because if you do that, when someone looks at your company compared to someone else, because that's what they're doing, they are judging you by the cover of your book. And in this case, it's your website. Whoever has the best website is more likely to get an inquiry. So if we have a website that looks really nice, it's got photos of the team, it's got photos of the owner, it's got photos of happy customers compared to one that doesn't, the one that's got all that stuff is more likely to actually get an inquiry. So what you want to do is you want to put a lot of effort into your website. You really want to take some really nice photos. Now, this doesn't have to be professional grade photos. You can literally use your iPhone. You really want to encourage your customers to actually write a review, and you want to get a video testimonial from the client telling everyone how happy they are with you and the service that you provide. Now, the higher ticket your services are, so if you're doing bathrooms, kitchens, home extensions, decks, any type of building work whatsoever, and you're selling stuff 5 and even 6 figures, if you have those video testimonials of clients saying how happy they are with you, your conviction rate is going to be much higher and you're going to get a lot of leads out of it. So the higher ticket your services are, the more video testimonials you actually want, because people want to see people. Sometimes the text reviews are great, but when you've got a video thing, it's so much more real, and that's what you want to put on your website, the more higher ticket that your services are. Now, if you want to learn more about how to make a really high converting website and landing page for your business, I can link one of my videos down below that will give you a more in-depth guide. Next, we've got Google Ads, and Google Ads is a great way to get more business for your business. Now, one thing you need to be aware of is Google Ads is great for your business. You can get the highest intent leads possible because whoever's looking for your service will first go to Google. But what you have to be aware of is if you do not set up Google Ads correctly, your cost per lead and therefore your cost per acquisition is going to end up being much higher. So what I've done is I've created a playlist on how to make really good Google Ads for your contracting business down, and I'll link all of those below. But what you want to be aware of is Google Ads will get you the highest quality leads for your business, but you have to set it up properly. So what you want to do is you always want to do a search campaign so that when someone looks up bathroom renovation, they're going to see your business first because it shows up in the ad. And so you want to check your keywords so that you're actually running your ads for keywords that actually mean something to your business. And if I have an example here, we've got like painting company. If you run a painting company, you want to run your ads for someone looking for a painter, but you don't want to run ads for someone looking for paint. So you have to be extremely careful about what keywords you pick for your business, because you want to pick the ones that actually make sense. So what I recommend you do is, if you're not sure, go to your search term history and see what search terms your ads have shown for. And if you're not sure about one, type it into Google and see what results are there. If the natural organic results are painting companies, great. If they are not painting companies, then you want to add it to your exclusion list, your negative keyword list, so that your ads do not show up for those. So you want to be extremely careful about what your ads are actually showing for on Google. Next, you want to make your ad headlines actually unique. I see so many times where people are running ads and it just says painting company Sydney or painting company Washington. It's like, yes, you are a painting company in Washington, but a lot of people do skip the ads. They naturally just skip the ads because they don't want to click on an ad and they want to click on the first organic result. Now, you can get these people's attention if you actually put a nice offer in your ad. So, for example, if you put 10% off your first service, if you click here, that's a great offer. Because if you're saying 10% off and all the other ads don't say that, your one is going to catch people's eye. So you really want to think of something you can put in your headlines to get people intrigued to click on your ad, because that's the whole point of the ad, is to actually get people to click on it so that we can get them to the landing page will do all the work, and now we've got an inquiry. If you make your ads really boring, you're going to get boring results. So you want to make your ads actually interesting and think outside the box about what you can offer so that you can show people that actually you might want to consider us over the others because here's what we've written in our headlines. The next thing with Google Ads is you really need a good landing page. Now, I've got a video all about landing pages you can watch below, but in regards to the landing page, if you don't have a high converting landing page, or you're even using your website, your conversion rate, so how many clicks are actually turning into inquiries, are going to be dramatically lower than if you had a high converting landing page. So let me explain. The average conversion rate for most industries is about 5%. So what that means is you get 100 clicks from ads to your website or web page, whatever you're using, only 5 of them are turning into inquiries. Now that is not a lot. If you have a landing page that can, on average, convert 20 to even 30%, now all of a sudden those 100 clicks that you got, now we've got 20 inquiries. So we've got 4 times the inquiries, and we didn't change anything with our Google Ads or anything at all except the landing page that you advertised with. So you have to be really careful. You want a really nice landing page for your Google Ads. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. Well, it is going to work, but your cost per acquisition and your cost per lead is going to go through the roof. Whereas you can reduce that cost just by having a good landing page. So if you're already running Google Ads for your business and you want a very fast way to get a higher return on ad spend, just have a really good landing page. And that goes to show if you're doing multiple services for your business. Let's say you're a plumber. You do plumbing, you do drain unblocking, you do drainage, gas related stuff, you do hot water. You want a landing page for each one of these services, because if you don't have one, and you're sending your gas fitting, someone looking for a gas fitting inquiry, to a plumbing page, they might not exactly know that you do gas fitting and you probably only do plumbing, because there's a lot of plumbers that don't do gas and there's a lot of gas fitters that don't do plumbing. So you need to make it very specific what you do, and you want to have separate landing pages for each one. Next, we're going to talk about Facebook ads. Now, Facebook ads are extremely underrated for construction businesses, and if you do it right, you can make a lot of money and get a very cost-effective cost per lead for your business in comparison to Google. Now, I've seen a lot of Facebook ad campaigns that I've run that are actually a lot more profitable than Google ads, even though Google ads are supposed to get you the really high intent leads. Now, when I'm talking Facebook ads, I'm not talking those generic ads you see like, oh, if you need a local plumber, just call us, or if you need a local Sparky, just call us, or, oh, do you need a new roof? Oh, you need a new roof, call us. I'm not talking about those ads. I'm talking about properly designed Facebook ads that actually get people interested in what you provide as a service and why they should choose you, all in one place. So what I mean is, if you're going to run Facebook ads, you need an offer. Now, why do you need an offer? Well, if you didn't already know, people are not browsing Facebook and Instagram to look for roofs. They're not browsing Facebook and Instagram to look for an electrician. They don't want a new hot water heater, right? But everyone has problems and everyone has some sort of dream outcome at some point. So what you need to do, knowing that people are not on Facebook and Instagram to browse your services, they're there to be entertained, you need to, one, come up with a really good offer to actually get them intrigued in what you sell, and two, you need to break their pattern of mindlessly scrolling through Facebook to actually get them interested in what you have to say. So for example, if you're an HVAC person and you sell HVAC, you don't really want to run an ad saying, oh, do you need a new HVAC unit? You can call us. So what you could do is you could run an ad that basically says, hey homeowners, did you know that a faulty HVAC unit could actually cost you significantly more in power when you're using it? Because of this, we're offering free inspections, normally worth $150, only if you click the link below and book now. Now, what's that going to do? Anyone with an HVAC unit is going to start thinking, oh, maybe my power bills have gone up recently, or, oh, I haven't serviced my HVAC unit in 6 years. Maybe I should call this guy because he's offering me a free inspection. And then as soon as they do that, they're interested in the inspection. And then you can basically either sell them a new unit, or you can go over there, do your inspection, find something else you could possibly upsell. Again, you've got a customer now, so you can sell them a unit in the future. That's how you generate leads on Facebook. You need to break their attention, make them aware of a potential problem or a dream outcome, and then you get their lead information. Another example could be, hey, have you been thinking about a bathroom renovation but you're not sure where to start? You can download our free guide all about bathroom renovations from start to finish for free. And what that does is people will download this free guide, you'll get their name, email address, and phone number. You can give them a ring and see why they even downloaded that free guide, and then they'll probably say, oh, we've got an old bathroom, we've been thinking about renovating, but not sure where to start. There you go. Now you got a lead. Now, bear in mind, these leads will always not be as keen as Google, but if you've got a really talented salespeople, or if you've got really well done nurture sequences with texts and emails, you can very well get leads that'll turn into jobs months ahead of time. So eventually you'll have a really full schedule of leads that you're getting with people who want jobs done now and leads with people who want jobs done later. Another example with roofing, because this is a really high ticket one, is you could offer a roof replacement and we'll do the installation for free, normally worth whatever it's worth, 2 to 5K. So anyone that's either inquired about getting their roof done on another website, which Facebook knows about, by the way, and now they see your offer. So now they've got an offer with some other roofer from wherever else, and they've got an offer for you for the same thing, but they get the free installation. Your chances of closing the job have all of a sudden gone much higher because they've seen an offer from you. Another great example is our client of mine who does house washing. He actually has an ad that basically explains why washing your roof is so important. So at the start of the video, he's on a roof, there is a barbecue in the background on top of the roof, and he's basically explaining what they do, why it's important, and why you should book now. So there's not really even an offer there, but he's getting a ton of inquiries because he's making people aware of a problem and he's presenting them with a solution. So that's what you want to keep in mind here when you're running these Facebook ads, is you want to be very problem centric and really touch on those pain points and offer the dream solution. And you really want to do this with, you can test it with static ads, but video ads work significantly better for construction businesses. If you want to know more about how to run Facebook ads for your business, I've left a video link for that below and you can watch that too. Next is testing and retargeting. Now, your ads will not last forever. They'll do well for some can last months, but they will certainly not last forever. And what you want to be doing is on both Google and Facebook, you want to be constantly testing new ads because you never know. There might be an ad out there that'll get you 10 times the result that your current ad is getting, but you wouldn't know because you're not testing. So you always want to be testing new ideas and seeing what sticks with people with the current trend. Especially if you've got summer and winter, they probably behave very differently depending on what industry you're in. So you want to be testing different offers at different times and testing different ads at the same time as well. The next thing is you should be running retargeting ads as well. So what I mean by this is, let's say someone goes on your website and doesn't buy. You could run a Facebook ad that is only shown to people that have either interacted with your website, your profile, whatever. You can do that and you should do that. So someone that's seen your business online somewhere, now all of a sudden they're seeing it again, because this is kind of true that not everyone buys the first time they see you. They buy after seeing you 3, 4, even 7 times they've seen you. Eventually, that's when they buy. So what you want to be doing is getting yourself all over the internet, so eventually people will buy from you, and you can do this very easily just by running retargeting ads. So you show a specific ad that is only shown to people that have visited your website or interacted with your business in one way or another. And here you could even put an offer like 10% off, 20% off, free inspection, whatever you want to do. And you can make that offer only to people that have actually seen something before. And it might give them a, that push over the fence to actually get them to buy with you. And last of all, now that we've talked about cost per lead, you need to seriously consider your cost per acquisition. Now, what does cost per acquisition mean? Cost per acquisition is what was your cost to actually acquire the customer. So let's say we got 10 leads and we spent $100 in ads. Now, that means that our cost per lead was $10. Now, let's just say our conversion rate is only 10%. So 1 in 10 leads turns into a closed job. What that means is our cost per acquisition, meaning our cost to acquire a customer, was $100. Now, what are we going to do to bring down this cost per acquisition? Because ideally, it's not the cost per lead that matters or even your conversion rate. It's what is your actual cost per acquisition. Now, sometimes making your cost per lead lower is not actually a good thing. Let me explain. Let's say now we half our cost per leads, we get leads for $5, but now our conversion rate is 5%. We haven't actually done anything good for our cost per acquisition because it's more or less stayed the same. So what we need to do is either find a way to lower the cost per lead but make the conversion rate higher, or even make the conversion rate significantly higher while maintaining that cost per lead. So what you want to be aware of is managing what this cost per acquisition is and finding a way to lower the cost per acquisition or make the lifetime value of the customer that you get even higher. So what you want to be doing is making sure that you have systems in place or to send this out automatically. So when you finish a job, that customer gets like a referral bonus if they refer someone into your business, so that you're not advertising, they're advertising for you. And that way you can get another customer essentially while paying nothing, because some people will happily refer you at no cost. Some people will be more engaged to actually refer you if they get some sort of bonus like gift card or whatever it is. So what you want to be doing all the time is, if you want to scale and really get the highest profit margins possible, is you want to be finding ways to lower your cost per acquisition to get a customer. You want to be lowering your cost per lead if possible while maintaining the conversion rate, or you want to increase your conversion rate from 5 to 10, 20, even 30% by investing in either some salespeople, investing in some good quality websites, investing in some really well-managed Google ads, Facebook ads, whatever it is. You want to lower your cost per lead and increase your conversion rate so that your cost per acquisition is going down. Now, cost per acquisition isn't always the best thing, because sometimes you have really high ticket stuff that's worth hundreds of thousands. So your cost per acquisition might be really high, but the job actual value is really high as well. So just be careful of what your actual cost per job is and what the return on investment is based on that cost per acquisition. By now, you know how to generate construction leads for your business fast. But if you don't know how to convert these leads into actual sales, you won't scale and it'll basically be pointless. So click on this video if you want to learn my formula on how to scale construction businesses. If you're in the construction industry and you're running a business that's doing 6 or 7 figures a year and you want some help at getting to 8 figures a year or more, you can actually book a free assessment call with me down in the description below. If you learned something from this video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button below, and I'll see you in the next one.